sudden death. Patel, Ramesh Patel, going towards the circle. New Zealand are inside.
It's the 1976 Montreal Olympic Games.
New Zealand with the
Ramesh
trap.
Patel
Anderson with the
scored
head.
a vital goal at the semi-final in the chase for gold. One of the most famous goals in New Zealand sport history.
And at that time, the Dutch were the world champions, so to beat them in the semi-final was pretty fantastic. And then, of course, we have Australia in the final, and to beat them 1-0 was just magic. And so, it's something that we'll remember for a long time, and hockey remembers for a long time.
It's there. New Zealand have scored through Tony Anderson. 6 minutes into the second half, it's New Zealand 1.
I guess I was the youngest member in that team as well, but in 72 and 76. But we were pretty experienced. We sort of had a little bit of luck going our way.
The match is all over. New Zealand have won the gold medal. They have beaten Australia by 1-0.
From the top of the podium to the top of the federation. After 15 years as a national player and 20 years as the CEO of Hockey New Zealand, Ramesh decided to call quits at the end of last year.
When you are the CEO and having my experience as a player as well, you soon learn that it's not only the national teams you've got to look after. It's also the 45,000 other hockey players we have in New Zealand you have to look after as well.
As a CEO, he was brilliant. If we look even currently now at the success of both the New Zealand women and the men, that's to do with Ramesh and the programs that I believe he's put in place over a long period of time. He's had a long stint as CEO, and there's a lot of things that have changed. And I've been lucky enough to have many roles under him and with him and enjoyed his company. And he's always a great person to discuss tactics of hockey and the game itself, and that's his passion.
He's a very special guy. He's really supported me as I've come up to speed, and he's been a really supportive member of the team as he's transitioned a lot of his knowledge of the sport and his international connections.
Generally, I've enjoyed everything I've done, and it's one of those jobs I was fortunate enough to have that, when you wake up in the morning, you actually want to go to work because it's not only a job, it's like a hobby. This is just under the stairwell, and it's just a room that I basically just throw all my memorabilia in here, and not only mine, my children's, my wife's hockey days. So it sort of goes back to when they were kids, and so everything from when I used to play cricket to playing hockey, my kids, in their hockey teams and representative teams. So I just sort of throw it out here, and got all this sort of stuff in here. It's not sort of on display for anyone to see. It's just some place I just go sometimes and have a look around.
These days, this 3-time Olympian is looking at life from a different angle. During the recent summer series of the Black Sticks, Ramesh was there using his expertise as a commentator.
Absolutely. I'd be very disappointed with that being up 2-0. And look, I got called to do a little bit of commentary, and it's not something that I relish doing. I'm happy to do it, but look, just happy to help out where I can. It's our sport, really. So.
Helping the community is what he's enjoying now. Ramesh is currently coaching the hockey teams of the St. Kentigern College.
You don't hear the stick on the ball, so don't slap hit it.
He's not allowed to tackle. And Ramesh, of course, is one of the great players worldwide, the great hockey men of the world. And so we're hoping he will give the boys and girls skills, a very professional attitude towards their sport, and a passion, an ongoing passion for the wonderful game that is hockey, which is a lifelong game.
And when you drop the ball, the drop is always back, not forward a square. I love coaching. I've coached premier teams. The national positions are not of interest to me, as certainly where I am at the moment. So it's more just want to provide something back at the local area. My goal next is I quite enjoy the relatively stress-free time I have at the moment. For me, really, it's I'm toning down. I'm not looking for a job that's going to keep me working from sort of 9 to 5 or longer, and then have the worry of coming home and all the stresses of life. So I'm very happy, and that would be my goal, to sort of continue that for a few years still.
I'm going to come back and go like that. Good stuff. Great stuff.
Ramesh might now have called it quits, but those high expectations remain.
I'm not interested in lazy hockey players.
With the trap, Anderson with the hit. A good block by
This
the goalkeeper.
Olympic
Good
gold
run again,
medalist's
Patel.
retirement will certainly be anything but lazy.
Into the semi-final. And Ramesh Patel. The picture tells the story.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on Asia Down Under. Thank you for joining us. You can catch us again on the TVNZ website or on YouTube. See you next week at the same time. This programme was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.